Okay, so third time's a charm. I am Dr. Jordan Leasure. I'm the owner and physician of North Shore Proactive Health, a state-of-the-art wellness clinic in the northern Chicago suburbs. We are here with my dear friend Annette, who you all, I'm sure, have heard me raving about for literally almost like a year now, because she was the chef at our women's retreat this past October. We ate extremely well all weekend. It was beautiful. So I will let her introduce herself, give her some details, give you some details on who she is, what she does, the amazing powers that she possesses. And then we're going to make some ice cream. So let's go.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. This is wonderful to be on here. So I'm sorry if this kind of cuts in and out. I hope it doesn't. So we're going to just let it, let it do its thing. But yes, I appreciate you inviting me on. So my name is Annette Licitra, and I'm a certified holistic health coach and also a wellness chef. So I focus mostly on doing plant-based, well, I focus on plant-based cooking. Most of the things that I do, if not all the things that I'm doing, are vegan and gluten-free, because that's where I'm finding that most people are finding the most healing for their body. So my business is called Passionate Palette. So it is a play on my name. So Annette, Passionate, E-T-T, as opposed to passionate. I know a lot of people do search for me on Passionate, but it's Passionate Palette. It's because I'm very passionate about what goes on our plates, because that's what helps us in our healing process and just helps us live more vibrantly. And I mentioned this on another show the other day, is that when we were talking about living and surviving, it's like we want to live, and we don't want to just survive. So how do we actually live and do that vibrantly and just be able to nourish our bodies? One of the biggest things that we have is what goes on our plates, and our plate is kind of our shield. It really helps us combat a lot of the toxins and things that are around us, and even it helps with stress. And I know it sounds weird, because a lot of times we don't think about our food really helping us with anxiety and with depression and just different things like that. But the more plants and the more fruits and veggies and different herbs and of course supplements, different things like that we put in our body, it helps us balance our body a little bit better, to help us balance other things. So with all of that, yeah, I do cooking classes and cooking sessions. I'm doing a virtual, I've got a couple different cooking classes virtually that we're doing on Zoom, which hopefully Zoom works. But so I have 4 more coming up in May. I can explain those later, but that's really what I do. I like to just take, a lot of the food from Mother Nature, from the, what's grown, whole real foods, and how do we kind of transform it a little bit? How do we create it into something hopefully a little bit easier, and something that is not, that tastes really good. So, instead of, here you go, here's your broccoli, here's your carrots, here's this, like, how do we actually make that really good, and, make it taste delicious, and in certain things that you may not think to make, how do we transform it a little bit? Yes, like this. So doing banana ice cream. And so, which is really pretty simple, and we'll go through that. But also I thought, what, you could do a lot with banana ice cream. I don't want to call it ice cream too much, because I got called out a couple times. They're like, well, it's not dairy, it's not really cream. I'm like, well, okay, so there's not dairy in it, but it is creamy, and it really mimics a very nice ice cream. So, yeah, and so are you gonna follow along?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
I've been waiting for this all week.
All right. After, yes, this big epic video that we're doing. So, so what we'll do is, I just wanted to mention that you can add different things to this. If you wanted to just do like a base of banana, like ice cream, the ice cream of just bananas, that's really all this is just frozen bananas. Now, the more you thaw it, it becomes a smoothie. So you want it to be more frozen. And I would say, like, if you take it out of the freezer, so I'll just give a little tip, because this has happened to me before, where I asked for bananas frozen from someone to purchase it, put it in the freezer, and then we can make the banana ice cream at the event that I was going to be at. And they took the whole entire bunch, not peeled or anything, and threw it into the freezer. I,
That's awesome. Well,
yeah, I didn't tell them. I didn't say peeled and, cut up, but that was my fault. So, but I guess I thought that, I assumed that they would like peel the banana and then put it in a Tupperware or to put it in a container.
right.
So I'm going to tell your viewers to please peel the bananas, and then you could cut them up into smaller pieces. And that's what I've got here is just, I've put them into smaller pieces into a container, then freeze them for, a couple hours or overnight. And then when we're ready to make the banana ice cream, it's taken out for maybe like 10 to 15 minutes. So it's not a like block of ice.
Well, I didn't. Mine are black hard, so I might not be following along. I might be waiting a little bit.
Okay. No, that's okay. And that's why I've done that before too, where I've taken it out. I'm like, let's go. And I'm like, it's like a block of ice. So,
Yeah.
So just take it out. It'll thaw a little bit. You don't want it too thawed because then again, it'll turn into a smoothie. But you can do, it's just bananas and just frozen bananas. So it gives it that really creamy consistency. Now I use a food processor and not a blender because it just tends to, very nice. Yes. It'll puree better and it'll actually kind of cream up better when a food processor instead of a blender. It's just a different, they're made for different things. So I have a Ninja blender or a food processor. You could use Cuisinart, you could use whatever you have. So all I'm gonna do is just take my frozen bananas, and they're a little bit more thawed now because they're kind of starting to pop out of there. So I'm just gonna dump that right into the food processor. And for a little twist, we decided to do chickpea cookie dough. So I know, Jordan, I think you made the chickpea cookie dough the other day.
I'm like most excited about. And I did, I blended mine a little bit. I know you and I, this last time we tried to do it, I blended it a little bit more so it was a little bit creamier. So now it's a little bit darker because my chocolate chips got a little mixed up, but.
Okay, that's okay.
It's amazing.
And that's a little different too, so it's more chocolatey.
Right.
Perfect. Okay, and then so if anybody wants to make the chocolate chip cookie dough, I have the recipe on my website, but it's just 1 cup of chickpeas. Excuse me. It's a 1/3 cup of peanut butter, and I would do the unsalted, unsweetened peanut butter, so just natural, peanut butter, and then 2 tablespoons of honey. And then you'll add the chocolate chips in after that. But that's all it is. So you just, in the food processor, I would do prior to making the banana ice cream, is doing the chickpea cookie dough. And it tastes, literally
tastes exactly like cookie. It's so weird.
Yeah. You wouldn't think so, right?
No.
Yeah. It's very, very interesting because you're like chickpeas, but very simple. So yeah, you just put the chickpeas, the honey, and then the peanut butter, and then puree it to where it's obviously nice and smooth, and then take it out of there, put it in a bowl, and then just fold in your chocolate chips. And so that's kind of what I did here. And so obviously we've got like, it looks like, yeah, cookie dough.
It does. It looks like cookie dough. It tastes like no joke. It tastes like cookie dough. It's very weird.
Yes.
I'm just gonna keep eating my cookie dough.
What?
I'm gonna keep eating my cookie dough while we're talking.
Okay, so I'll start blending, and then we can show the banana and ice cream. So that's all this really is. It's just the frozen bananas. And so we want to blend that till it's nice and creamy. You might have to like stop and scrape down a little bit on the sides, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to do that. So we've got the cookie dough that's kind of off to the side for now, and then we'll put it in there afterwards, or you can put it in a bowl with the ice cream and then just kind of fold it into the banana ice cream. All right, so it might be a little loud. I'm gonna put this on for 1 second.
This is fabulous. So for those of you that do not follow Annette or have not gotten her emails, you want to add yourself to her list so that you are able to get all of this correspondence from her, because she's doing live videos, she's doing cooking classes, and then once things open up, then you can go visit her and you can actually do a class with her, which again, virtual is fun, but in person, and then you actually get to taste it, is much more fun.
Absolutely. I'm gonna do a little bit more.
It looks good. I'm excited. And no joke, this cookie dough is, you could sit down and you could eat this, and my lighting is not as good as Annette's because I had my phone set up, I had my computer set up, so we're all over the place here. But this literally, it looks like it would fool anybody. It looks like cookie dough. It tastes like cookie dough.
Yep. Yeah, and sometimes you don't even have to tell anybody that it's not cookie dough. You just say, oh, here you go. Here's some cookie dough. Yeah. And you can put it in the freezer if you want to for a little while to kind of get it a little bit more frozen, so it's almost like a cookie dough ice cream.
Yeah.
So I've got the bananas already pureed here. And so it comes out to a really nice consistency here. So you'll notice it's really like, I mean, it's like ice cream. And so you can kind of see that there. It's just like
a little bit of vanilla in it or something.
You can add, yeah, absolutely. You can kind of add whatever it is that you'd like to it. I like to add strawberries to it. So sometimes you can do fresh strawberries or frozen, because if the bananas are already frozen, you could just add fresh strawberries so it actually purees more. If you want it, you know, again, really super creamy or just really frozen, you can add the frozen strawberries. But I like to do fresh strawberries and then frozen bananas, and it's like a really nice strawberry banana ice cream.
Awesome.
But you can add vanilla, absolutely. You can add cinnamon and vanilla. That would be really tasty too. So
I like it.
Yeah, cinnamon, vanilla. Trying to think, you can do just so many different. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of coconut milk to it, and you have like a nice coconut milk and banana. So it's, you know, and then add toasted coconut flakes on top of the ice cream afterwards. So that's, yeah, just kind of a little something to think about. But now I'm gonna just put the cookie dough in there, and really, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do that in the food processor. That way it'll be a little bit easier, and I don't want to like fully blend it. I just want to add it to kind of pulse it, so it kind of just it'll just kind of incorporate a little bit. You don't want to like go crazy with it because there are the chocolate chips in there, and so yeah. That way it doesn't get too chocolatey, but however you like it. So I'm just gonna add a little.
Oh, could it get too chocolatey?
No. What am I talking about? No. That's true. I know. Who doesn't love their chocolate, you know? But, and you know, I was mentioning this the other day. So if somebody can't do chocolate chips or cocoa, you can do carob powder. So CAROB. In case somebody has an issue with the caffeine with the cocoa, it actually has it imparts a very similar flavor, but it doesn't have the caffeine and the same kind of profile that cocoa has, so it is different.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna post this real quick and see what it looks like. All right.
I like it. And did you see I wore this shirt for you today?
You can't make, I was reading that. Everyone happy you're not an avocado. I like it. I like it. Oh, I love avocados too.
Oh my gosh.
One of my
planning for next week, and I pulled out, so I've got all these recipe plans on the Salutogenic Life website.
Oh,
and
yeah.
One of them people have been asking for more and more is vegetarian, and I don't want to promote something if I haven't tried it myself. So I put together this plan, and I'm looking at it, and literally like almost every dinner is super avocado heavy, but I love avocado, so I don't see a problem.
Yeah, right. All right. Hey, I'm with you. I'll just sit and eat avocado. I'll like chop up some garlic, and then I'll just put the garlic, I'll cut the avocado in half and then just eat it with a little salt and a ton of garlic on top, and I'll just eat it like a nice snack.
That sounds
very, very antiviral, antibacterial snack.
Yes.
So good. So good. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what that looks like. So there's your cookie dough ice cream, banana and ice cream. So if you can kind of see, there's like a little chunk of the cookie dough a little bit in there.
Yeah.
So it's nice. I mean, it's ice cream. It just tastes like bananas. That's all. It's just a nice, really nice ice cream. So once you get a chance, and that's all. That's it. Because the chickpea cookie dough is quick to make, and then so is the banana ice cream. And then you just blend them together.
I love it. The bananas are softening, so as soon as we end this video, I am making my ice cream. I do. So if people haven't seen these, obviously we're a big fan. I had to have other people get me bananas because on Wednesday when we were supposed to do this, I was out of bananas. So I had like multiple households contributing to my bananas. But this is usually what I do at home. So I use these like stasher bags, and Will hates them because they are not easy to clean. So that's my one caveat to stasher. They need to figure something out, or somebody needs to sell some kind of little brush or something to clean it. However, they are reusable. They're silicone bags. And so I will, for Parker, you know, I'll keep his bananas in here. He loves frozen fruit, and he'll just have this like literally as a snack straight. So I keep a whole bunch of different frozen fruit in these stasher bags.
Wow. That's a really good idea. I do. It's kind of silly, but, and I love the silicone stuff too. I use them as the baking mat, so Silpat. So I put it as to line my baking, cookie dough or the cookie sheet. I line them with the Silpats or those silicone baking mats, and they're amazing. So I roast a lot of veggies on them. They're easy to clean when they're not probably in, with the zipper on it, but they're amazing for cooking anything.
I love that. Well, very cool. So if people liked this, or they just want to get in touch with you and learn more about healthy eating, where is the best way, and I'll post this in print, but where's the best way for them to find you?
Yeah, you can find me on my website. So it's just passionettepalette.com. So PASSIONETTEPALATE.com. And then also my Facebook business page, Passionette Palette. And then I'm on Instagram and also on LinkedIn. So under Annette Licitra. So you can find me in those places. And yeah, just, if anyone has any questions on any virtual cooking classes or cooking sessions or in person when we're ready to do that again. Those are the most fun anyways, because you could sit and actually eat and taste together. But virtual is nice too, because you can be at your, in your own home and doing this. So I would say any one of those places would be great. Feel free to connect with me in any one of those spots. And I would love to help provide substitutions, alternatives, different ideas on how you can change up your meals and your desserts and whatever else, and not feel bad about it.
Exactly. I love it. Well, good. Well, thank you all for your patience and for tuning in. We have some other really awesome stuff coming in. So if you like this video, make sure, of course, that you subscribe to our YouTube page. And it's Annette and mine's goal, as well as quite a few other warriors out there, to help you stay healthy, not only during this time, but to come out on the other side better, let's say, than you went in. So I love you all for watching. Annette, I love you for your patience and your time with this. And we will see you guys all next time.
Oh, thank you, Jordan. Take
Bye-bye.
care.